Julia Reid, 1 minute.
Mr President, whenever I hear the words historic agreement, my sceptical streak kicks in. The aim is to keep warming below 2 degrees at a time when there has been no warming since 1997, when we know that 1,000 years ago the Earth was warmer than it is today. Current records are all too brief. Even 250 years is insufficient time for a meaningful assessment of long-term climate patterns, and so-called models are only as good as the data and the programming. The climate change industry has become a powerful vested interest. So what will this really mean in Swindon, Exeter and Penzance? The main problem is the demonisation of coal, which has been the provider of cheap, affordable electricity for many years. COP21 delegates state a need for cheap, affordable electricity, but this agreement will have the opposite effect. Already millions in the UK live in fuel poverty, having to choose between heating and eating. Approximately 20% of the thousands of excess winter deaths per year are directly attributable to old homes. COP21 is bad for them, bad for the UK and bad for Europe. Thank you.
Madam Reid, you have a blue card intervention from our colleague Bernd Lucke. Are you prepared to answer that? Herr Lucke, bitte.
Thank you, Mrs. Reid. Can I ask you a quick? We said we can't really be so sure where the climate change is actually happening because the time frame is too short. But however, would you not accept that there is the possibility that there is climate change, and that therefore we should tackle this and address it in a responsible way and introduce measures to reduce greenhouse gases and to do so in a sensible way?
Madam Reid?
Well, I don't dispute there's been climate change. There has been for thousands of years. 1,000 years ago we had the medieval warm period, before that we had the Roman warm period, and before that we had the late Egyptian warm period, and before that the Minoan warm period. All these actually coincide with the sun's activity. We've seen that cooling has actually started to happen since the solar cycle 24 decreased, and the sun is very inactive at the moment. In fact, some solar scientists forecast that we're actually heading for another Maunder minimum. Thank you.